Welcome everyone here to Heroes Open, sponsored by /GG. I am your host, DB Smiley, casting Durham Lords Esports versus Revive Esports. I am joined by...
Be Metaho. Thank you for having me, DB. I'm excited to be casting this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun match. Looking forward to it. Some faces that I'm just familiar with over the years on both teams, as I remember at the last second that I need to turn off YOLO mouse so the people at home don't go insane. Moving into the draft, it's going to be Volskaya is map 1. It's going to be Dragonshire being map 2, as I'll just quickly show the map select screen, which did not update. RIP. So, fixing that. Alright, well, we'll come back to the draft to see the Abathur ban, and I'll get that up in just 1 second.
I have to agree, I do recognize some of the people on these teams. Namely Funbuns and Tempest. They seem to be pretty active in the Heroes community.
Yeah, a lot of people who've been around a long time in various amateur leagues. I've actually been a teammate of one of them, specifically JTR. We were on a team together, Misplaced Adults, that ran for a couple seasons in another amateur league. It was a lot of fun. He was by far the best player on that team. Really wasn't a question, so it's exciting to see him again. As we see the Ana ban come out. Now, Ana just got reworked, so interesting to see her get banned.
They might think she's strong. I haven't actually seen her in action yet, so I don't know her new power level.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it myself. I'll be honest that even as a support main, I've kind of not done my homework on what that's going to look like. My Ev band coming out, as well as the Garrosh band, too. Pretty strong engagers, but there's the Zeratul.
Urtul's a pretty good roaming hero, and he has really good wave clear, at least. And it gets stronger as he continues throughout the game.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. And he definitely has had a higher priority at high levels of competitive play. We do see on the left side, it's going to be Diablo and Sir Taco. So that one is Diablo and Dahaka, excuse me. Sir Taco being the person currently hovering to play it. So that one will be interesting to see. Dahaka can have a harder time on this map burrowing into the team fight. Not as many bushes, but still strong hero, just very, very difficult to kill.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Diablo's I consider him pretty decent on this map, mainly because of all the walls that are around objective. But for Dahaka, there's not too many bushes, so I'm wondering how he's gonna be seen coming in, and whether they're gonna be trying to flank or whether they'll just be charging him with the rest of the team.
And going with the Joanna can definitely be somewhat annoying to engage into with the Blessed Shield, with the Condemn, with the Blind. Pretty high level tank at the moment, and certainly it's been something that we've seen JTR play a little bit lately, including in the Division S qualifiers where they finished top 8, lost to eventual runner-up Comanche Powertrain, I believe it was. So looking to see for that tank. But there's the Hanzo ban and the Genji ban, the brothers Shimada.
Wonderful name. But Tyrande is also I like the Tyrande pickup. I think she's good follow up, especially into Blessed Shield if they decide to go that route. Ooh.
Ooh, so this suggests to me that we could see something like a Vala or a Tracer coming out, as we see Deathbringer on the Lucio and Bearded Baron on Tassadar at the moment.
I wouldn't put, like, I know you say Tracer or Vala, but Greyman's also a possibility. Those hyper carries that aren't really seen much nowadays, but can be really strong if given the right support.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be a Tracer as well, although could struggle a bit with the Zeratul. Meanwhile, Malthael and Raynor are the final picks. So a very aggressive melee dive comp, potentially, with Tyrande follow-up if they can get some kind of CC from the Joanna. Decent execution potential. And there's the Lunara. Okay, so haven't seen a Lunara much lately. What are your thoughts here?
I actually don't know the interaction between Tassadar and Lunara. Does her poison from her autos count towards the heal from Tassadar's shield?
The poison does not. The basic attack damage does, which it can still be decent.
I was just curious because I've never seen that interaction before, so I thought I'd you might know, but
Yeah. Well, one thing I should note is that Revive Esports is actually going to be playing with a different support player. So their support player from the qualifiers is not currently with the team. Zarimag clearly switching over to pick up that support role with the Tyrande. It's gonna, and I know it's supposed to be Tyrande. I will say Tyrande so many times. Just get used to this idea, chat. We're gonna get through this together. I promise. Swearsies. But looking forward to this match. Who do you think takes it right now, based on draft alone?
Personally, I like Revive Esports a little better. I know that in the solo lane they might struggle a bit because Malthael surprisingly doesn't usually end up beating Dahaka if the Dahaka plays right. But as long as the 4-man can stay on top of if they decide to go the rotation route, and get good ganks in the solo lane, I think they'll be fine. Soak wise in the early game.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I do like the aggression that we're going to be able to see out of the Zeratul and the Malthael, potentially going with some execution. But we will see what happens here as we move into the game itself. And we're going to go ahead. I have the caster overlay set up, so this is going to be kind of cool. Here it is, everyone. Are you ready? This is going to be awesome. Ready? Here we go. It is going to be on the left side, Jojack on Diablo. We're going to have Bearded Baron on the Tassadar, Sertako on Dahaka, Deathbringer on Lucio, and Dami on Lunara. And over on the right, it's going to be Fun Buns on the Zeratul, Gronman on Malthael, Tempest going to be playing Raynor, Zarimag going to be on the Tyrande, and JTR going to be on Johanna. Level 1 talent. See anything that stands out yet?
Not particularly. Feast on Fear, I guess, makes sense for this map. Other than that, I don't really see any out of that I consider out of.
Yeah, Feast for Fear, definitely going to be going for those wall bangs, which really with Diablo, that's kind of the basis of how you want to play it anyway. Tassadar going with that Sagging Quest. Dahaka going to be going with Tissue Regeneration. Trying to go with that kind of unkillable build. Will be interesting to see. Meanwhile, always interesting. Go ahead.
Natural Perspective from Lunara is going to be really clutch on the Zeratul, causing him to be unable to stealth throughout teamfight.
Yeah, it's going to give him, it's going to make it a bit more obvious when he engages. That said, the blow-up from Zeratul is really hard to shut down. Meanwhile, it's always fun to see what Malthael takes, because almost everything is really viable. He's going with that on a pale horse, so that's going to really allow him to beat pretty much anyone in those double rotations, as we see Fortification Camp picked up here on the side of Revive Esports.
I like that move directly to the Fortification Camp as soon as it spawns, because it spawned literally 7 seconds. So...
Meanwhile, looks like JTR getting a little love tap there from Diablo. Gonna rotate away.
Grommen is backing up a little bit, but he saw them top, so he went forward to move in the soul lane to soak and try to push his opponent off. But I would be careful now if I were him because he doesn't have eyes on half their members.
Now, one thing that's worth noting about this matchup is that Gronman should be able to beat Dahaka in lane pretty well. One technique is often a freeze lane, but we are seeing a support camp attempt being taken. So far, the support camp hasn't dropped. The interesting thing is seeing when it drops, anyone can pick it up. Jojack, though, on the point, having trouble getting out. The heals are not going to be there. Fun Bun's, though, low, down below 300 health, taking that poison damage. Now it's just a huge fight. Malthael are going to be last to join, but it's going to be enough. Lucio goes down. Gronman doesn't even need to join. That's going to be Joanna picking up the support camp. Huge win early in the game for Revive Esports.
I think they should have stayed off the point and tried to sneak the pickup. I don't think that worked out very well for them, their strat to get on that. They would have lost the XP, but they might have had a better chance at the camp instead of dying for it.
Yeah, they committed all 5 there, but with the Diablo kind of dying before the 5th got there, it was still a 4v4, which Revive won basically 2 4v4s there, and it allowed Malthael to continue soak, and already a level lead, and that matters a lot right now. The passive XP is going to help out to even this game up and prevent it from snowballing too hard. But meanwhile, we're seeing Revive Esports hard pushing the top. Diablo fits Joanna over the wall, but Joanna just going to say, whatever. Gonna get the gate down and be able to walk away. And already one turret down there on the top. Although JTR, is he gonna be able to get away? Dami kind of on the chase. There's the Iron Skin, making sure the escape can happen. As we move into the first, beacon phase. Beacon. Wow. And Fast is on the second syllable there.
Malthael was actually soaking during that top push, and now those are some good body blocks from Zeratul first.
Yeah. And that's really the first bit of missed soak I just highlighted on the top, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, they're fighting over the objective, they're getting channel progress, so it's not a criticism. It's actually a praise of just they've gotten so much more soak already, half a level's worth over the side of Durham Lord. So Durham Lord's out currently with the point, building up that channel progress while the soak occurs, and that siege camp going to be taken, going to pressure up in the top lane.
I like how they're still soaking all three of the lanes while not wasting any time basically during this.
Yeah, they're getting their camp and they're getting the soak. They could rotate around. They have the time to also do this fortification camp. So they could walk into this. Now, I believe they blew one of their turrets top on the support camp, and that helped them win the fight. But they are still going to have one for this fight. Let's see if members of... Well, no, doesn't...
I don't like how they all... I don't like how they all backed off the point. They could have kept one on it, like Diablo or something, just for another couple seconds.
Ooh, Sir Taco checks the wrong bush. Burrows there. Now that's going to let Raynor get into the fight. Lunar Flare is a miss. There's a tongue onto Maltheo, trying to get away. Sir Taco is so low. Is he going to fall to the poison damage? He is not. Now the engage is turning the other way. Durham Lord's Esports almost gets down Fun Buns. Fun Buns may still die. He's at 30 health. No, he survives. And that's going to allow, for the time being, Revive Esports to get this point channeled, as we do have a DC. Looks like Lunara going to be the case. Okay. We do have a call for pause.
Okay. While we're waiting, we could probably look at talents.
Yes, we can.
See, I am slightly surprised by Feast on Fear now.
Go ahead.
Now that I've seen the level 4 and 7, because commonly what I end up seeing with they're ready.
Looks like we're ready to go. Okay. And there we go, Dami back in the game on Lunara. Joanna going in immediately with his head. Here comes Fun Bunch jumping in with the Q. Now Deathbringer low onto the back, trying to heal up the team. A little bit of a slow healing until the Amp Up comes in. Here comes the support camp, gonna get members of Revive Esports alive, but so much damage coming out from that Tacit RW. Jojack, though, completely cut off from members of the team, and they're gonna go down, and Lucio's gonna follow, trying to get the save, and Fun Buns is just going to do so much damage with that Q, but ultimately it's Maltheo and minions securing the kill there onto Lucio. First Trickle Out Protector going over to the side of Revive Esports.
They played this really well. Both teams played it decently, but I'm definitely liking the side of I liked how Revive is looking at them. Yeah,
I think Durham Lords really had a good chance to get a pick off there, but just couldn't finish. And I think if I think that not getting that pick off in bottom is going to be difficult. They're so dependent on Lunara for damage. Now, once Tassadar has that Archon, that's a huge damage spike for them. We'll see what they can do in team fights. But it's going to be a bit, and now they're going to fall behind level 10 talents. Remember that the turrets do give XP, so they're almost at level 10 Revive is. But if they get the fort here, that's not going to help them. So making sure they just get the well. Now it looks like they're going to just kind of keep trying to chunk out some damage. Good laser there. Going to walk up their minions and see if they can get more damage while Maltheo does the dance of the double soak.
Aka's trying to catch up, but he's definitely missing.
Yeah, Maltheo is really good double soaking, especially with On a Pale Horse. And with the
I don't disagree.
Go ahead.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, I feel kind of bad for Dahaka versus Maltheo on that.
Exactly.
I've been the Dahaka before.
Yeah. And it is difficult, and that's going to ensure a support camp, but here's a very aggressive invade. We have level 10s and you don't. Neener. We're going to take your turret. And that is exactly what's happening here. I love this aggressive play. That's how you get advantage with level 10. You look for a fight, but if you can't get it, you just start invading the enemy side of the map and forcing fights. Looks like they're going to make sure to play safe, take their own turret camp. We do have the VP, Bless Shield, Raynor going Raynor's Raiders. We have, ooh, that one's interesting, Shadow Stalk. So not going with the Starfall we often see. Going with that extra heal as well as the extra invisible. Going to be interesting to see that. And Last Rites, of course, the pick for Maltheo, because it's not early 2017 anymore. And, ooh, there's a dive. Pass half-dimensional shift. He's going to get away.
I'm not really sure what I want to see their team do. I know they just got 10s, but they also keep forgetting the name. The blue team.
Lord Durham. Or Durham Lords, excuse me. Durham Lords Esports. Like Raleigh Durham, Durham Lords Esports.
Yeah, Durham, they just got level 10s, but they also know that Revive has not used their level 10s yet, so they can't really go for a post-10 fight.
I should note, I haven't listed the others. Here comes a pick attempt onto Sortako. There is the attempt. He has to burrow to avoid some damage. Lunar Flare is going to be a miss, but it's still, Silence is going to land, but it's going to go down. Haka down there. Ooh, Lunara going in, trying to use the double leaping strike to pick off Grommen, but the heals are there from Lunara. JTR currently on the backside. He is going to get flipped. The healing totem is there. Are they going to be able to bait it out here? They do bait out the healing totem. Big turnaround there on the Deathbringer. VP, now Deathbringer is so low, but he still has the shields. No, he does go down. Tassadar not able to save. Now Diablo separated out from the team. Are they going to be able to get the engages? No, they are going to back off here. Good engage.
They used one of their turrets and their heal pulse. So, I mean, while that might be a beneficial trade on Durham Lord Esports part, Revive definitely got some kills out of it, so it's not necessarily that big of a...
Yeah, they got some kills out of it, and I think it secures that just with the deaths they got, that they're going to have level 13 to start the shrine. As now they're going on Dojak. There is the Lunar Flare. It does hit. Dojak going with the stun, but he is going to get finished off there. And that is kill number 7 for the side of Revive Esports. And he just lost souls, so that is a huge boon for the side of Revive. They should be able to get the shrine while level 13 is still being chased on the side of Durham Lords. Got progress going on. Zeratul now currently doing a lot of the double soaking. Well, it looks like another support camp going to get picked up. While, third camp being picked up on the side of Durham Lords.
Chat's currently talking about how the only maps more painful for Dahaka than Volskaya are Hanamura and Hansen.
Yeah, it can be difficult. I mean, you can do, and we've seen it a bit, use these bushes to kind of double rotate, but the bushes are so far away from the fighting, it can be difficult. We'll see if they're able to get some value off it, though. It is a challenge here.
Yeah.
But now, we got a toe on the point by the side of Durham Lords. Revive gonna give this up now that level 13's even. They are close to level 16, though, and it looks like they may try to soak it. They grab their camp here. Malthael running to the bottom.
Time.
Yeah, they do. Although, well, maybe. It's going to be close to see if they can get the 16 just because of how much more XP they need. They are definitely going for it, though. 30% on the way. I think they're going to be able to do it. 16 very, very close. Right now they're leaving Lucio on the point to channel while they push up the minion wave. Which is actually going to make it quicker.
Malthael's speeding up there with his tail horse.
Yeah, and Malthael going to be able to join here with the tail horse, as you mentioned. So here comes the engage. Tone down for Dahaka. So far, no engage. Dami using the leaping strike, trying to get away from Malthael. Malthael going to use the last right. This does not secure a kill. Meanwhile, charge there onto Joanna. Joanna keeping the entire team stacked up. Deathbringer does manage to get the sound barrier off, but Diablo is dropping so low, and down he goes. Lucio going to go down as well. And oh my goodness, Zeratul is just cleaning house. Tehran with the finish there onto Lunara. That is 4 kills for the side of Revive Esports. However, they don't get a triple off protector. Yeah. That said, going to be able to blow that up. It's not going to be able to do any value. They do manage to get top for it. My expectation is they'll rotate down and grab bot fort or pressure keep wall, depending on how they feel about the death timers and their siege damage.
I don't think I would pressure that wall because they're up now. Like, they're all... I mean, the top siege wall.
They are going to pressure onto this mid. Let's see if they make the cardinal mistake of staying too long. There's a slow from Tehran, going with that owl talent, the Harsh Moonlight. And actually, we are seeing a ranger build out of Lunara with those owls. So look for that damage to do quite a bit of damage. Good top-tier casting here by DB Smiley. Only the best. Invade here. Invade onto the turret camp. Dahaka and Diablo looking for the engage. It's going to be a 5v5 fight here. Condemn is just absolutely going to truck out the damage, or at least enable Zeratul to do so, and it's a full retreat here by Durham Lords. Oh, it's Bearded Baron. He's going to get the last right. He has the shield, and it's going to keep him alive. Turret picked up there by Zarmag, though, and that is, once again, advantage. Ooh, Tahaka's in a bad spot. Here comes the Condemn. There is only one more minion under the tower. Oh, the VP is going to deny the Lightning Breath, and are they going to get the engage off this? Lightning Breath continues after it, but there's so much AoE damage coming out, and once again, 4 more kills for Revive Esports, and they are just on a rampage. Go ahead.
I think that's like the same 4 people were killed.
Mm-hmm. Wait, are you saying Tassadar is hard to kill?
Tassadar hasn't died yet.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
He must have like this ability. That I'm joking around. I'm just. Yeah, no, I mean he's been able to use the Dead Dimensional Shift. He's been hanging towards the back of the team fight, which he can do. But yeah, the Lunara and Lucio just don't have the HP pool to survive this Q build Zeratul. And now that Void Splash is here, it's just going to be harder and harder and harder for them to survive. Sound Barrier is just taking too long to get off whenever it can save, and when they are getting it off, you know, Revive has no problem just burning through that damage with the Rainer, the Malthael, and the Zeratul.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, it is getting a bit difficult. We do see the nullification from Tassadar, presumably going to try to get that onto Zeratul, but just with the VP, if you even do get it off, Zeratul could VP and just wait out the duration. The VP on that last team fight was great onto the Lightning Breath, just making sure the team...
Does it pause the duration, or does it stop the...
It pauses the duration. So, most things pause. Some exceptions to that are... If you, like, Zarmag is going to get caught out. He just reposted in the wrong neighborhood. 3 to the 1 to the 1 to the 3. He is done. But this is going to allow a top push to be created by Gronman. Going to clear out the enemy Reaper camp. Going to get his own pushing. And this top keep wall can be a bit vulnerable to those Reapers. We're going to see a counter rotation here. Looks like they maybe want to try to force a gank. Level 20 almost here. Grunman, with the perfectly timed Wraith Strike. And then there's the knockback from Rainer to save him again. And Grunman, not even retreating, managed to get out Diablo. And there is the VP. Tassadar mashes E. He gets away. Zeratul mashes Sound Barrier. Survives for now, but here comes Diablo blinking in, looking for the Q. Dami is so low. Can Dami get away? Yes. Going to be able to do so.
That extra 20%.
Although Zeratul is not done hunting. Zeratul must feed. Fun Bun's hungry.
Hawke's been getting some okay progress on the point while that was...
Yeah, 20%. I think it's the right choice. Step onto the point, get some progress, but back up before you have any chance of being ganked as soon as the enemy team disappears, which can be hard to do. I mean, you know, the Shadow stock could allow anything stealthy. You're going to have to count that cooldown. Gee. Revive Esports, though, just on a tear here in game number 1.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Push going to be used on the side of Durham Lord.
I mean, yes, they're down 20s, but if they get this Triglav, they're going to end.
Yeah, this might be a situation where you just have to say, you know, hey, we have to do it. I mean, keep in mind, the fort's not going to give you any XP with the changes with the 2019 update. Meanwhile, T-Tors, everyone in chat, Caster misses Diablo getting picked off there. That could be the game, as this is going to be a Triglav in the bot lane. That was a real death, to use the Altered Carbon term, on Diablo, and things are looking grim. And it's not just Malthael. Get it? Because he looks like the Grim. Yeah. Anyway.
He's pretty grim.
Here comes the Triglav Protector. Harry, as I call him. I've never called him Harry before. Tongue is a miss by Sir Taco. Now Sir Taco gonna take a lot of that sustained damage. Uses the burrow, now gonna move up onto Grumman, but there's a VP. Sir Taco having to dive into it. Little bit of a miscommunication on the Lunar Flare follow-up, but this Triglav Protector is just gonna right-click the core until that shit don't work no more. Fun Bun's going in, doing a lot of damage. They are focusing Zeratul. Zeratul is gonna go down, but this Triglav Protector is so healthy. The core is at 50, and it is not gonna survive. And that is game, and what a dominant game. They managed to avoid the clean sweep. They get a couple kills there, but what an absolutely dominant game on the side of Revive Esports. A strong game from them, as we see that. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Diablo really getting picked on in that. I mean, he does have to engage, and so he's easiest to turn around and engage on. Lucio just not able to keep him up, and Lucio usually the next to fall. Tassadar managing to avoid death, but Revive Esports just all over Durham Lords in that game.
And yeah, the top 3 damages in the game all belong to the 3 damage dealers on Revive Esports.
Mm-hmm.
Zeratul actually, despite Malthael's like double soaking for a lot of the early game, Zeratul actually almost caught up to Malthael.
Yeah, later in the game you would see him a lot more go for kind of those picks with that Q build. I mean, he can just absolutely annihilate like Lunara if he catches her out alone. So, really good job by Revive Esports, but we're going to get set up for map number 2. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Keep it here to Heroes Open. Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are on Heroes Open, sponsored by /GG. DB Smiley here once again, joined by B Metaho. And we're moving now into the second map, going to be Dragonshire. And, oh, forgot to update one thing. There we go. Alright, how you doing? Sorry.
I'm decent. I'm pretty pumped to see what both teams have to bring to the table after game one.
Yeah, game one. Good.
I was gonna say I'm wondering if I keep forgetting how to pronounce their name. I know it starts with a D. And
Durham Lords.
Durham.
Think Raleigh, Durham Lords.
I don't know who that is. So
Raleigh, Durham is a city.
Fair enough. I'm wondering if they'll be able to make a comeback or if Revive will dominate the second game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Revive looked really dominant, and that was Durham Lord's map. Gonna see the Ana ban coming out once again from Durham Lords. Maev ban gonna be the choice by Revive Esports here on the Shire of Dragons and or Dragonshire. And there's the Abba ban. Interesting on this map. I don't tend to see Abba as much here because you typically want like a body to be on the point. Still a strong hero. Revive banning out the Zeratul. That surprises me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, their Zeratul play was very well. I'm wondering if they're worried about Zeratul being picked by the other. It's definitely something to think about, and I guess we'll see as we get into like if they were just counter banning or something.
Yeah, Zeratul has definitely been just the high priority pick in the Division S qualifiers to the point that he's like first pick, first ban kind of thing. Gonna get the Garrosh. He can be strong on this map. He can be very aggressive into the rotations, and I think that's something that, because he can throw it back to your team, I think the Garrosh could help Durham Lords maybe snag a couple kills, build some momentum, and see if they can give us a close map number 2 to take the series to a draw. There's the Tyrande Anubarak. Tyrande gonna be easy follow-up with the Lunar Flares off the Anubarak. Arguably easier than the Joanna to follow up on.
I'm not very versed in the tank meta. Do you know if Anubarak is a common tank nowadays? Because I remember there was a time when he was
yeah. He's very common because right now we're kind of in at least at high level of play. There's kind of a disagreement between high level of play and low level of play, and I think that's largely because of the absence of HGC.
Well, what I know about Anubarak is make a 5v5 a 5v4 for at least a few seconds. That's all I really know about his strength.
He enables a lot of bursts with pretty easy follow-up because of his double stun duration. Post 20 with the rewind, he can basically take someone out of a team fight, not through the cocoon, but just through a rewind combo, which if someone doesn't die then, either support is Uther and he casts D-Shield, or your team messed up. But gonna see the Deckard Jaina coming out. Now the Deckard is definitely good follow-up onto the Garrosh, as is the Jaina. It does, however, open up an opportunity for Revive to look at some more AoE damage, which can be denied, but I do like the Malthael ban, and with Zeratul out, those are kind of the popular AoE damage dealers. We're going to see the Bantho brothers. Yeah. What a wonderful name. The Brothers Shimada. Ain't no passing craze. Anyway, I'm not gonna... It means no worries for the rest of your games. Oh, I need to switch the screen. We're position free.
Have we not been on the job?
Plus movement speed. The Brothers Shimada. Anyway, I apologize. I had the wrong screen up this whole time. Wrong screen. 1 minute delay. Worth the wait. Trust me. Anyway, they'll enjoy that when it comes to it. I apologize for nothing. I like the Yrel, the knockback, the extra armor that you can get onto the Genji. I love the Valera pick, actually. I think this draft, to me, is much better on the side of Durham Lords. I like this draft a lot more. I think they played this one a bit better. They're not kind of hampered into a Lunara hyper carry, so we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be probably Mal'Ganis in the solo, correct? And then obviously Yrel.
Yeah, but the difference is Genji has such better rotation, and Yrel is actually a bit mana hungry these days. You haven't seen her as much on this map. She's still strong, though. I don't think it's in any way is a bad pick. I think it's a very good pick,
I was just
but,
saying, like, I was
yeah.
trying to predict who we see in the top lane. And, like,
Yeah.
Valera and Genji are obviously the roamers. Then we have Yrel versus Mal'Ganis, and then the 3 mans on either side.
Yep. And so we're going to get set up here. Go ahead, let us know, who do you think Maduo takes this game? Do you think it's closer? Do you think Durham Lords can pull the upset off? Or are we going to see more of the same?
I personally I like Revive Esports draft a little better, mainly because Valera is a very hard hero to pull off, as is as is Yrel, and I feel like the heroes that your Revive picked are more low skill floor.
Mm-hmm. It is going to be interesting to see, but meanwhile, on the left, we're going to actually... Hang on, let me pull up the pop-ups. Going to start with the blue team here, and just display those pop-ups for you. It's going to be... Oh, did it work?
Battle commencing in 10
It did not
seconds.
work. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong screen. There we go. Going to be Bearded Baron on the Jaina, going to be Jojak on the Garrosh, Deathbringer on Deckard, Satako on Yrel, and Dami going to be on the Valera. We'll pull up the right side here in just a second. It's going to be Tempest on Hanzo, JTR on Asmo, Fun Buns on the Genji, Grunman going to be on Mal'Ganis, excuse me. They look so similar. And Tempest on Hanzo. Or Zarmog on Toronto. Ooh, there's a flip onto JTR. Managed to get out, and actually the turnaround damage on Jojak is just very, very heavy there. That was a couple low HP bars there for a second.
Yep. Looking at level 1 talents, I'm surprised to see Field Study, but other than that, I don't see... Oh, and we have Beetle Build.
Yeah, the field study is interesting because you're going against a generally pretty mobile comp. You're gonna have to make sure that you're able to get like some kind of multi-root off early in the fight. But if you can, those potions will heal for a lot more. It's gonna be interesting to see if they go the shielding potion, which had been meta for a long time, but it's just continuously been nerfed, or if we maybe see something else.
I really like what I just saw in the top lane. Gromman, Yrel Sortako just came top, and Gromman had been sight soaking the entire time from the book. So that was like she missed at least 4 minions or so.
Yeah. Now here comes the invade. JTR checking if he wants to invade. Jojak actually throwing onto the point. Here comes Genji, though, onto Dami. Dami is low. I do not see Dami getting out of here. Oh, no! Oh, the Lunar Flare of the wall! 40 HP! Almost had the style point, Zarmag, but not able to get it. Garrosh not willing to die this. There's the root. That's going to give the spell power over to Deckard. Can he take advantage? Tehran gets flipped over. Tehran should go down here, but he doesn't. In fact, Valera goes down. Zarmag now going to potentially get peeled out. Deathbringer whacking as hard as his little stick can whack. Garrosh finally secures the kill. Meanwhile, JTR has actually managed to cap the point. JTR getting thrown under the 4 tower. JTR is low, but so goes Jaina down. And now Fun Buns all over Deathbringer. Deathbringer going to be able to heal himself up. A Nubarak goes down in that. What an absolute brawl over the Siege Giants. But guys, it's level 3 and I just had to Wrap God, and I didn't do a good enough job to cover that fight. That is insane.
Two for two, and the Siege Giants taken by the invading. Not bad.
Yeah.
The fort bottom is almost at half health already just because of that.
And already, we're seeing Sortako a bit of an HP advantage here, though Gromman with some self-sustain as well. Both kind of on the lower side on mana, but here in the bottom, Jojak currently in an awkward spot. There is the stun. Lunar Flare just a slight miss, as Tehran is actually going with the Lunar Flare talent over the Ranger talent this time. Root gonna miss. Jojak stepping up, looking potentially for a flip. Jaina now rotating down. There's the Lunar Flare again. Channel is available. It looks like Genji's gonna go for it. No one moving onto the bottom point. Valera now moving onto the top. Is it going to be in time, though? No, it's not. Going to be stalled out there by Mal'Ganis. And that is the first DK of the game, heading over to the side of Revive Esports. And immediately, whack, whack, whack on that front turret wall.
And it looks like Valera is the only one making a rotation mid at the moment. And now Yrel.
Yeah, Yrel's starting to rotate down, but that's actually not ideal. You're going to give up a lot of soak in the top lane to stop this DK now. Yrel getting kicked away. And still trying to defend this bot camp. JTR getting thrown under the keep wall, or underneath the fort, excuse me. Deathbringer now low. JTR also a bit low, but it just seems like Tehran with a little bit more of that healing. Using that Alun's Chosen. Alun's Chosen is just incredibly strong. Blair now rotating down. Let's see if they can maybe get a turnaround pick off. There's the silence onto a noob. But not really healthy enough to follow up are the members of Durham Lords. And now down a level in Soak, and this DK, still alive, got completely through the fort wall. Now Fun Bun's just kind of playing with his food, gonna walk away. But already the bot fort is gonna go down. Jojak is down below 500 health there for a second. Goodness. And Revive Esports just already being aggressive here into this Garrosh comp and successfully doing so.
Valera tries to go for a bush gank on Gromlin in the top and loses almost a third of her health.
Yeah, and now Siege Camp going to be picked up by the Hanzo and, well, the two archers of the other team, Tempest and Zarmag, Tehran and Hanzo. Going to take the Siege
scouting
Camp. Tehran scouts their camp. Are they going to invade, or were they just trying to put on a scary face? Genji currently up in the top lane, looking for maybe a rotation there. Dami has already rotated away. No one in the top lane right now for the side of Durham Lords. And that's what an early invade can do, because notice that Sirtaka was ready to rotate in, Valera was ready to rotate in. All the while, Gromman was just in the top lane. He wasn't engaging this. And so that early aggression kind of paying off dividends here with just a little bit of jitters on the side of Durham Lords.
Oh, I think the throw didn't go off.
Yeah, I think it was a beetle, but in fairness, that beetle did get fucked. There's a stun on the JTR. No real follow-up damage yet. Once again, it's kind of one of those, like, what can they get at level 10 when they have that Warlord's Challenge that's going to keep them stationary a lot longer? Urel becomes very, very hard to kill. Gets a second life bar. Valera, though, with a Valera comp, you want to be getting these early pickoffs, and we haven't really been seeing them. Oh, engage here onto the bottom. Nope. Back off. Wise decision on the side of Durham Lords. We are now into the second Dragonite phase. Bottom already claimed by the side of Revive Esports as they move into the Bruiser camp. Meanwhile, up top, Valera going to assist her Taco, as is Jojak, making sure that they get this. Jojak shows a little early. Is he going to get the stun? He does not. But that is going to be bottom camp, pretty much uncontested for the side of Revive.
For the side of Durham. On this, yeah, there's only two bottoms, so there's no way they can contest that until Garrosh gets down there.
Anyway, Bruiser Camp going to be taken. Going to use that spell shield that comes with it, and that spell shield can be very valuable. Jaina now in the cocoon, looking at that pool. Are we going to get the Lunar Flare well-timed follow-up? We do. Do we get the engage? Here comes the Nubarak Starfall, trying to secure the kill onto Bearded Baron. Zarmag going for the kill. Can Zarmag get it down? Bearded Baron is so low. Oh my goodness, the E from Hanzo almost hits. Would have secured the kill, but just barely misses. Bearded Baron going to be able to survive. Fun Buns potentially looking for an opportunity to go for the finish. Doesn't see it. Wisely uses discretion at the better part of Valor. Dami now could try to rotate into the backline, but rotating down as Bearded Baron has the hearth. And Genji should be able to pick up this next Dragonite. Urel not going to be pushed off the point too quickly.
But it's not like Braxis, so the point can be stalled.
Yeah, the point was stalled there by Mal'Ganis, and that is Genji grabbing second DK, and they are just going to run it down bottom. Bottom is the power lane on this map. It's where you got three camps, you just got devastating push pressure if you manage to get both Siege Giants and the Bruiser camp in a single wave. So they are going to try to go for this keep. It's going to be a four-man defense. Urel and Mal'Ganis still jockeying back and forth up top. There's a flip onto JTR. JTR going to be able to get away. Lunar Flare follow-up is a miss. There is not the sleep, interestingly enough, but the Lornado. Lornado used with a side swipe doesn't really collect anyone or slow anything down. Dami now using that smoke bomb, trying to be harassing, but this DK is right-clicking the core. There's a kickback onto the garage. The DK, though, is about to drop, and it's only half health is this keep, so not really in kill range. Now they need to be careful. Ooh, JTR getting stunned, had the burrow charge, wisely saved it. Zarmag in a little bit of an awkward position. Dami, though, not able to get really too much significant damage. Sartaka has now rotated down to try to save this keep. But now Ganis is here as well. This is a full 5v5. The Starfall trying to zone it off, so they couldn't finish the keep. There comes the Roderick Cube, not really able to do anything. Stun there on the Tempest, no real follow-up, no attempt for a throw. Genji now moving into the backline. There comes the X-Strike. Can he get the kill on the Jaina? Jaina does manage to survive. The Dragon Arrow is a rip. Deathbringer now in a lot of trouble. JTR trying to move in for the kill, but there's the stun on the Fun Buns. Urel using the Absorb, but wise decision to stop DPS on the side of Revive Esports. And they are looking to try to end this game if they can get a kill. Jojak getting interrupted by the Lunar Flare. Now JTR a bit low. Dami looking in. Can she get any finish? Tyrande is just keeping all the members of the side of Revive so high. Gronman getting silenced. Here comes the engage. Root combo, though, going to dissuade a further engagement. It looks like Revive gonna have to back off here.
Durham managed to hold, which is pretty impressive considering they're two and talented and a person.
Yeah, they managed to stay alive there, which was quite good. That said, now Keep is down, that bottom lane is pushed. Siege Giants, the nice thing that you can use to help push the lane out, have been stolen as well. I expect to see Revive just go ahead and take their camps and push onward.
I like how they're creating pressure on the top lane. Like, even though the top lane DJ is ignored on this map, pressure up there can be helpful to distract from. Plus, the Siege Giants aren't going to get much value if they're contested.
Overall, I mean, we can take a look at the XP breakdown. You can see that the minions soak about 4k better on the side of Revive Esports. They've been getting those minions a bit better. They've certainly been getting the mercenaries and the kills better. And because of that change, where getting an early fort gives extra passive XP, that is something you just can't really catch up from. So, level 13 advantage, heading into this DK phase. Looks like a hard commit on top by the side of Durham Lords, but now Gannis is going to be able to walk away from this.
Sleep now.
No. Bruiser Camp going to be taken to the bottom here by Revive, and actually that's a power lane for them. Interesting to see the hard top commit here on the side of Durham Lords. Are they going to rotate as a group, or are they going to leave someone top? Looks like they're going to try to push top with this and leave Valera to clear bot, which is a bit risky, and now Valera is not in a good spot. Lunar Flare dodge, there's the Smoke Bomb, but the AoE damage, I don't think Valera can get out of this one. There's the Cocoon, but no one in time going to be able to rotate and save. I think if Urel tries, she just gets herself killed. There's the knockback. Lunar Flare comes in. Urel going to drop, has to blow the ulti just to stay alive, but there's the sleep, trying to buy time for the ulti to fall. Flip over the wall, onto Mal'Ganis. There's the taunt, looking for the root. Does fall onto Mal'Ganis. Here comes the Starfall, though, chunking out so much damage, but it is a one-for-one trade at this point. Now JTR and Fun Bunch trying to get away. Here comes the Blizzard, getting some good damage onto JTR. Zortako trying to knock JTR. Tornado, a little bit of a miss with the knockback. Doesn't manage to catch JTR in it, and now the counter engage comes in. There's the Dragon Arrow onto Urel. Urel, though, gonna get flipped out by the Interfraid. Jojak is now so low. Fun Bunch trying to get the kill onto Urel, who does not have the ulti at the moment. Urel does finally go down to that Genji, and now with the Siege Giants, they're gonna back up, just get healed for a sec, but they could be looking to try to end the game if they get another pick in this 4v4 situation. Ooh, Zarmog is low. There's the Blizzard. Here comes the counter engage. Genji going in. Focus there onto Jojak. Ice Block. Gonna save Bearded Baron for now. Dami now going hard, trying to get down to this Tehran. Using the Smoke Bomb. Gonna be able to sneak away. And so far, a good defense. Now Dami comes in with the silence, but going to get taken out by Genji on the retreat. Warlord Challenge comes in, but there's the Lornado trying to disengage just to save their core, which they do. Mal'Ganis is backed off now and is soaking the lanes. And Revive keeps putting the pressure on, but you keep seeing the defense be strong for the side of Durham Lords.
Yeah, they managed to just defend their core. I mean, I'm sure they could have taken some damage there too if they hadn't. I mean, if Revive had tried, but then Revive probably would have ended up dying, and then would have thrown the game if they all wiped there.
Mal'Ganis, good channel. We had been seeing Fun Buns in the DK for a while, but ooh, Fun Bun's getting flipped. There's the stun. Can they get kill? No, he doesn't have Switch Strike to get away, but here comes the root onto JTR. Starfall, though, zoning them up. Bearded Baron gonna be the first to go down. Dragon Knight, meanwhile, kicking Valera back. Dragon Knight could move into the spot. There's the Lornado, zoning off Zarmog, but Urel is on the wrong side of the red team at this point, but it doesn't matter. Deathbringer gonna be the focus here. Genji gonna secure the kill, and Funbuns is just on a mission, tearing apart the members of Durham Lords, and this should be GG with a 2-0 victory over to the side of Revive Esports. Zertako gonna try and Bane to survive. Dami trying to look for a kill. Dami, though, just gonna find death on the other side of that. DK just right-clicks the core, and that's gonna be the game. What are your thoughts from that one?
I think it was a very strong showing in both games by Revive Esports. I think they proved my point correctly during draft that it depends on how well both teams play, and if they play the same way they did last game, then it was probably going to end up this.
Yeah, it was, Durham Lords did have some good defenses there, though. I think they can walk away a lot with their head a bit higher than it was after map number 1, but MVP of the series got to be Funbuns. I mean, the guy going 7-0 in game 2, strong showing with the Zeratul in game number 1. Gronman did well in the solo lane, but man, when they needed kills, Genji just managed to find them there on that second map.
He got 7 of the 9 kills.
Yeah, it was a good showing. So we're going to take a break. We're going to see if we can do a brief post-game with Revive Esports. We have a half hour till the next match, so we'll just put it on pause in the interim. But if we can do that post-game interview, we'll be right back with that. Otherwise, stay tuned for map number 2. It's going to be the second match of a triple header. Revive Esports once again, this time going up against, forgive me here, I got to pull this up. Forgot what. Once Bitten, Thrice Pie. The team with a lot of the caster legends in kind of the amateur scene of Heroes of the Storm. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Alright, and we are back here. I'm actually going to pop it over to the... No, my webcam died. Hang on. One sec. Oh boy.
Is the camera not working?
Yeah, my webcam's not working. Oh well. Guys, I look like a black screen. This is exactly what I look like in real life. I just look like a hole that all your hopes, dreams, and positive attitudes fall into, where they are crushed and destroyed by the encroaching blackness. And speaking of encroaching death, I'm here with Funbuns and JTR, who just put on a demonstration of how to be aggressive in the Dragonshire map. Guys got the early lead and never let go. Same happened on map number 1 of Volskaya. What's your big takeaway from the series?
Pretty much just me being able to practice Genji. He's been one of my weaker heroes for a while now, and I'm kind of transitioning towards more of a flex role rather than a range player, just because it more aggressive calls and just be more confident in general if I'm playing stuff like Mav, Zeratul, or Genji.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we're just working on like getting our team synergy down because we've had so many roster swaps that we're just trying to get comfortable in our role.
Yeah, I've kind of been following you guys a bit just because I used to be teammates with JTR way back in the day. We won a championship once. Wasn't a very good one, but we won it. No, it's been fun to kind of watch you guys look strong. With map 1, you guys went with the solo Joanna, and you had that aggression with the Malthael and Zeratul. I've been seeing that a lot in the Div S qualifiers, as well as in the Tempo Storm tournament that was had last weekend. What do you do to counter that besides don't let the enemy team pick Zeratul and Malthael?
Well, I think Zeratul is like a top tier pick right now. I'd say he's like top 4, top 5 picks in the game. So like him having VP in itself is a huge fucking power spike. But other than that, I think the Malthael was more just a response to their like double first pick tank. Like they took Dahaka and Diablo, so we knew what to expect from the solo lane, and we already knew what to expect from their 4-man. So I think Malthael is just way too good into Diablo and into Dahaka.
And they kind of just let us do our thing. Like you need to be more aggressive early game. Like that first punish or the first objective, we were on it getting the points, and then we just backed up and got 7 for free, got a turret for free, and then just went back on point. Like they could have pressured turret maybe, or just not let us get on point before 7, because Zera pre-7 can't do much at all.
True.
All right.
He gets extreme power spikes throughout the game.
Yeah.
That's why he's a little busted.
I apologize for the makeshift camera. I will get it to fit the frame soon. I don't know why my camera stopped working in OBS, so OBS lol. So with that, you guys now move to 2-0. Well, 2-0-0. You have no draws at the moment. So for these, for people who are looking now, I'm going to pull up the tournament standings. We see Revive Esports now at 2-0-0. That's 2 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. What is your expectation for Group 1 with the 7 teams? Where do you think you can shake out? Obviously, the goal for everyone is winning, but what are your expectations?
I don't think we should drop a map.
Yeah, unless it's Celeb TV. Like that might be the only time we drop a map.
Should actually note that I need to update one of the teams. As Broken Alliance Gaming is now, I believe, Celeb TV. Yes.
Yep, that's correct.
So,
they got a pretty cool sponsor. They paid for the.
I just wanted to make sure that was reflected, so I'm updating
Pretty cool.
the standings right now. So it'll be fun to see that series. I hope they get a chance to cast that series between you two. I think it should be Fireworks Head. With that, do you have any shoutouts? Because I'm not going to be able to do a post game after the second match because I'm going to have to immediately jump into match 3. But do you have any shoutouts?
Shout out to just my team in general for especially JTR and Grauman just sticking it out for a while. Shout out to Zarmag for literally signing up for my team the day before Div S signups closed. Shout out to Tempest for trying out. He did really well today. And just shout out to everyone.